10 things that toxic parents say to their children. Children need love and care from their parents. They expect parents to fulfill their psychology needs, physical needs, and material needs. But what would happen if the parents are toxic? Figure out the answer through this video. You will be shocked listening fact that maybe you or your parents are toxic. According to the data from the Administration of Children and Families in the U.S. Department of Human Services, found a fact that in 2008, there are around 50,000 children were counted as the victim of emotional abuse. One most common thing that toxic parents always do is the hurtful words. Sometimes, they do not intend to hurt children with that hurtful words. But whether it is intended or not, the hurtful words can cause pain and it will leave marks in children's heart and memory from short time, long time, even lifetime. Moreover, the remarks caused by parents and children's loved ones will affect and damage to their behavior and characteristic in the future. The emotional damage of the children could be detrimental to a lot of people in their surrounding, especially their children and partner. Unfortunately, still lots of parents who does not realize that the way they raise children and behave around them can set up the basic ground that build children's personality and characteristic in the future. So how to recognize the toxic parents? There are several things that toxic parents say to their children that can affect the children's life entirely. What are they? 1. Offensive words. Judging your children with offensive words or degrading their physical appearance is very hurtful. The words like, "You are ugly," "You are fat," "You are short," and the words like that. Many parents do not realize that constantly judging children regarding their appearance will reduce children's self-confidence. Whereas, children are usually skeptical about their physical appearance. They will start guilty with the clothes or hats they choose, and feel like they are not good enough to be accepted in their circle. The offensive statements do not only hurt children, but in the year later, they will have emotional stress, eating disorders, and even self-consciousness. 1. Comparing children with others. Who will be happy to compare with others? No one would happy hearing loved ones comparing us with other people, and highlighting our weakness as something should not happen. The word like, "He or she is better than you" sounds simple but very hurtful. No matter your intention to say the statement, it's inappropriate. Some parents argue that the statements is to encourage children to do better in their lives. But, will comparing children with others encourage them? In fact, the constant comparison among children can cause jealousy and hatred towards each other. Moreover, it can create an unhealthy relationships among children. Also, constant comparison among children will increase children's anxiety and stress levels. Parents demand them to be as perfect as possible. As the consequences, it reduces self-worth, increasing sibling rivalry, suppressing talent, distancing from others, and many more. 1. Making children feel they are burden. Have you ever heard a statement from your parents as if you are burden in their life? No matter it is just a joke or not, children take every word of their parents seriously. One thing all children expect from their parents is unconditional love and unlimited support. The words like, "You exhaust me," "You run out my money," perhaps only a simple word that means nothing for parents. It's just a complain words to express that parents are so exhausting. But parents must have a big deal that parenting is a very challenging job. Every day is not a good day during parenting. So it's normal to be exhausted during parenting, but never say that statement to your children. No matter how hard the day you must through with unusual act of your children, they only want to hear that they are loved and you are happy with them. Listening to these words making children feel insecure. In the future, children will hide their problems. Likewise, your children will start to do everything to solve your problems, even ignoring norm and their own necessity. 1. Demands children to follow your settings. Demanding children to follow parent settings is a common mistake toxic parents do. Many parents ask children to do what parents want in the future, without asking them first. Children may accept everything their parents ask them to do, but feel unhappy for the rest of their lives. Some parents feel that they know the world better than children, although it is true, but setting children as what you want is not acceptable. Let them follow their career path and be happy with their life. Interfacing children's choice will make them dependent on you. Furthermore, they will not be able to make any decisions in their life. They also might not focus on their studies if their parents force them to choose their careers. 1. Blaming children. Children are random and still need to be supervised. Never blame children for all the mistakes and minor accidents in the house, such as when they spill a glass of milk on your expensive sofa. Constantly blaming children for the mistakes they did will increase the burden among themselves. They will feel guilty even for things they didn't do, or might not have done. As the result, children will be afraid of doing mistakes in the future, and even shift their blame to others. 1. Labeling that children are selfish. Children are different from one another. Some children are selfish, meanwhile some others are rebellious. In other cases, some may be giving. But it's normal and natural. But when you tell them that they are selfish and labeling them with that word, it may lead them to improve that behavior as they grow up. Instead of commenting and pressuring them to change their behavior, you should show them some examples of yourself. So children can learn a lot from you. Q. 1. Using abusive words or statement. Many parents uses abusive words to their children, no matter it's a joke or not, it's unacceptable. Children will learn verbal abuse and even face physical abuse. As the result, it impacts to emotional and mental health of the children. Then, children can use such words in front of their peers. Yelling and using abusive words to the children will reduce their self-esteem. 1. Making false promises. Fake promises is the weapon that toxic parents use to make their children do what they want to do. It will make children disappointed, and will stop believing you. As the result, it will break trust among parents and children. When you make promises, make sure you fulfill it. 1. Constantly lying. No one is happy when someone lies to them. Toxic parents constantly lying to their children, causing break trust among parents and children. Children will be hard to believe you even when you are saying something actual. 1. Making selfish wishes. The selfish wishes toxic parents add to children is very hurtful. I wish I had a better daughter/son. I wish I never had a child like you. And other words like that can make children feel unwanted. Furthermore, children will feel depressed and might end up harming themselves. So be gentle to your children, and never say those words. Because what you say will affect children's life.